Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. I wish I had a video for you, but I don't. Sadly, this video does not exist. There is nothing to see here. You may move along with your day. If this was pushed to you, it was by accident, as there is no video to see here. I'm sure you would like to know what the legendary banner is, but that's not what we will be discussing because there is no video. You may click away now. Alright, good. The non-believers are gone. That means we can take a look at the legendary banner prediction for April 2021. Exciting stuff, I know. So this is basically a video. If you've not seen it before, and you have proven yourself to be a believer by sticking on the video, I knew I liked you. We are basically going to take a look at who we know is coming back on the banner, who is likely to be back on the banner, and then who I think the legendary hero might be. Yay! So let's go ahead and start, shall we? The returning heroes, the ones we know that are coming back and you're already well aware of because you watch the hero tracker religiously. I know that you do, because this channel is for good boys and girls, just like Smash Ultimate, just like Sakurai says. Same rules apply here. Mira, Lilina, Red, they're coming back. Blue, Chrom, Saros. Now technically, this is the first rerun for Lilina as well as Saros. Now, big stuff. So basically what we've got going on here is likely going to be red or blue. I'll get into why that's the case soon. But just know that Saros, even though she has been on the banner recently, it's technically her first rerun for the legendary mythic banners. Green, we have Celica and Thrasir. And then colorless, we have Duma and Air. Man, is that one dated color. Ain't nothing fresh about that color, man, let me tell you. May'll be good, though. May'll be fun, probably. Next month. But red and blue are likely going to be what the new legendary hero is. And I say that not only because that's probably the most common color that we're going to come across at this point, but we haven't had a red open slot for like literally months. And I don't know if you're aware. Okay, I don't know if you know this. There are a lot of swords in Fire Emblem. I know. It is shocking. It is shocking. I understand. But just an FYI. We haven't had an open red slot in a very, very, very long time. So there's a good chance that they're itching to put a new legendary sword unit into that open slot there. Blue is also very possible. Chrom, super duper good. A little bit old, but super duper good. Saros, I don't know if you've been to this channel before, but we stan Lady Saros here, and there's a reason why she's here. She's very good. I will take that. I will die on that hill if need be. I think she's an excellent unit. I love using her. I'm a little disappointed that she is a dragon and not, a sword. Like, she's got the sword and shield of Saros literally on her in her art. Not important. But she's also kind of helpful because she gets you an extra anima defense slot in Ether Raids, which is probably why most people find her appealing at this point in time. And then there's green, Celica, Thrasir. Celica's good, Thrasir is good. Both have their applications. They both kind of play the same too. I know Thrasir is different, obviously, but they're both very speedy, kind of glass cannon-y type mages in the green tome department. And then I can confidently tell you it's not colorless. Colorless is going to be a throwaway this month. But maybe it is. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. And there's a good chance that I am wrong again. But I'm pretty confident that it's likely going to be blue or red just because of the Lena and Saros rerun that's happening here. And everybody else has been around for a little while. Surprising, I know. Upcoming. These are the 5-star normal pool heroes yet to reappear on the banner. And you'll notice I still have Shamir there. She is still there. Technically, she was on a Hero Fest banner. I don't know if that disqualifies her, but she hasn't come back. I think the odds of her not being on this, pretty darn good. Alright, I think we're kind of at the point where we might just see Shamir pop up on like a remix banner as one of the color fill options for one of those banners. Maybe next month. Maybe July. I don't know. Not my place to say, but I think it's pretty safe to say that Shamir will not be there. But you can see, and I know it's pointless to put all of the blue and green units on here. Okay, I understand that, but I want to make a point, all right? This is to illustrate a point. The 2 red options that we have are right there. Blue, I couldn't even fit them all on. We're missing Marianne, technically. But these are all the guys who have not been run for blue yet. Green, we're kind of like we just kind of skipped Shamir. And then we're into Pent already, which was this month's new Heroes banners, if you recall correctly. And then Luis. That is the only colorless option, my dudes. Sarah was the one last time, and we've just had a lot of 4-star colorless options. Linhard is not on here, obviously. He was a 4-star, and so on. It's just kind of been that way. And we've doubled up on blue a fair amount of times in the recent new Heroes banners. So it's kind of curious. It's a little bit curious. But they're basically doubling up on blue, indicating to me that we're not likely going to have a lot of blue mythic or legendary units coming up anytime soon. Red, we're kind of skimming. I think probably because there have been a lot of unavailable slots in red recently. And then green is the only balanced one, in my opinion. Colorless, we are desperately in need of some colorless heroes. Otherwise, we're just going to reach back into the normal pool and we'll get what we get, right? So let me walk you through my thought process on that with the next slide, the prediction slide. And you'll notice I don't have the new legendary or mythic included here because this is basically how I see the banner shaking out in spite of the new unit that we're getting, which is obviously possible in one of every color. So I did you a favor. So if you're thinking about any of these, this is likely what we're going to get. There's a possibility that some of them get skipped over, just like Shamir did. I mean, granted, Shamir was on a Hero Fest banner, but maybe that doesn't matter. Who knows? Who knows what the chiefs at IS Inc. are thinking about? Is it Limited? Company Limit? I don't remember what their incorporation status was, but either way, this is kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Anand is going to show up. Okay. Might not be, but I'm thinking it probably is her if the red spot is open. I think it's gotta be Selena or they skip over her. That's just where my head is. Take it or leave it. Selena got passed up for Dusel last time, and I think she's the only one left from that banner. She's the only straggler who's hanging out. Asbel, I think he's your next green option. It makes the most sense, unless they just decide to go back to Shamir for some reason. That is very possible. They could do that. I don't know why they'd do that, but they could. Alright, I'm just putting it out there. And then Julian. And you might think, Brian, why are you picking Julian for the color slot? Well, let me tell you, friends. If you recall, remember when Claude showed up and we just had that random Annette pick? Do you remember that happening? I do. Because I was upset about it and I didn't understand. But now I have a gigantic brain. And it occurred to me why that happened. Because we also had a remix banner that I wasn't thinking about. And on the remix banner, we had units like Apotheosis Anna. We had units like Male Chris. And we also had units like Bernadetta. Now, Bernadetta and Annette were from the same banner. I'll be honest, I don't really know where Apotheosis Anna is coming from on this. Maybe she's just a popular blue unit they put on the banner. Probably the case. But, and put Male Chris on there, Julian is a colorless option from that banner. So, if it turns out that I'm right, I think that remix banners might be pulling from the same reuse pool for 5-star normal heroes as the legendary and mythic pool. So, stay tuned to find out if that has any validity to it. But hey, I guess we'll find out. So that's pretty much who I'm thinking the banner is going to be. I will not stake my reputation on Julian, but there's a good chance that he does pick up on there again, based on literally no fact finding whatsoever, just my own crackpot theory. I don't know where my aluminum foil hat is, but I would wear it for you right now. But I don't know where it is. It disappeared. I'm not sure where it's at. No, I'm terribly sorry. Alright, legendary mythic pick. Are you ready? We'll just get this out of the way now. Oh my god, it's Micaiah. Who would have thought? I know. I pick Micaiah literally every time. And there's never going to be a time I don't pick Micaiah, if I may be so bold. Okay, if I may be so blunt to tell you this, because frankly, I like Micaiah. I don't understand why she's not a legendary hero yet, but then again, there's also the point of, well, it took like 3 years for Corrin to show up, who is literally the playable character just like Robin, who we got almost immediately. So, you know, sometimes things don't make sense, right? That's just kind of how it is. But I will point out that as far as the pair-up legendaries go, we're sitting at, I think, 4 for Earth, 4 for Fire, 3 for Water, and 2 for Wind. So there's a good chance that this one might actually be a Wind pair-up blessing. Again, literally no fact on that. I don't even know if characteristic applies. I mean, Edelgard, who was given the title Flame Emperor, had the Fire blessing, and then they gave Claude, whose whole thing is literally wind. Verdant wind. He is literally a flyer, okay? They gave him the Earth Seal. So I don't know what that's about. So I don't know if there's any context to this, but for what it's worth, we are severely lacking in the wind area, and I could see Micaiah possibly having some sort of flyer capability, kind of like her Brave ult does, kind of like her Bride ult does. Crackpot theory, I know, it's brilliant. Don't at me. But, speaking of flyers, now I'm throwing ceta in here, basically just to satisfy you blue believers, okay? I don't think the new hero is going to be blue. I'm still pretty confident that it's going to be red. But it could be blue. Again, blue is pretty stacked. They have a tendency of putting new legendaries and mythics on colors that are pretty well to do already, just to entice you further to pull for that single color, which color sniping on legendary mythic banners, don't do it. I do it so that you see what happens and then you don't do that. It's a do as I say, not as I do type of thing. My summon videos are basically just community PSA videos. That's literally all they are. They are public service announcements for don't do this. You're welcome. I know, I get no thanks. I get no thanks. You think I would. You think I would get thank yous, but I don't. It's surprising. But anyway, ceta. So along with Lilina, we kind of opened the door, right? Because while Lilina is not a main character per se, she's kind of like main adjacent, I guess we'll call it. I happen to think that Lilina is a slightly different cause just because she is Hector's daughter, who is basically a main character. Blazing Blade was odd, okay? There were multiple main characters, okay? You had the Lyn, the Elowood, the Hector stories. It it's tough to pick, okay? That one was a little different, but basically she's Hector's daughter, so she gets special treatment. That's what it is. Ceta is the daughter of not a main character. So I don't know if she qualifies, but I put her kind of in the same category as Lilina in terms of like secondary main to the protagonist type situation. Plus she'd be a flyer lance, and I'm sure that you'll all be satisfied that I've said, hey, this could be a new blue unit. Keep an eye out. But again, I don't think it's going to be blue. I think it's probably going to be red. Let me tell you which red unit I think it's gonna be. Siggy. That is correct. Good old Sigurd. I know. Your guys are like, oh, he picked a Yggdrasil. I know. I did pick a Yggdrasil, and this is my Yggdrasil pick. Okay? So Sigurd is basically a no-brainer. Right? It's kind of a no-brainer. We have Seliph and Julia both in as legendaries already. So this is basically just, he has a sword. He's a main character. He's a lord. This is just so basic. How could you not pick Siggy? I don't know what blessing he would necessarily be. Hopefully not fire. Too soon? Probably still too soon. But either way, I think Sigurd is probably a pretty reasonable sword pick for most people. Still out here speculating about legendary options. But you know who else is a pretty good legendary option that you could speculate and has a sword? I know. It had to be done. I'm so sorry. Look, we've been bombarded, okay, with legendaries and mythics for 3 houses for like a long time now. They have taken up the majority of legendary heroes in the last like 6 months. I understand. But listen, bilith makes a lot of sense. Okay, should make a lot of sense. Female bilith is, of course, the common sense pick, right? Because we have male and female Robin. We got legendary female Robin. We have male and female Corrin. We got legendary female Corrin. We have male and female bilith. Which one do you think they're gonna make the legendary? Look, okay, so I had hope that it would be male Corrin, and it wasn't. And that pretty much shot any hopes that I had that we would get legendary male bilith out the window. So, that's just not gonna happen, okay? It's just not. It's gonna be female bilith. It's probably gonna be enlightened bilith, if that makes you feel better. When and if she ever does, become a legendary unit. She will, by the way. It's not an if, it's really just a when. And the when is possibly next week. That's all there is to it. But for what it's worth, I'm kind of rooting for Sigurd here. I currently have 23 orbs. I am literally looking at my game right now. See? Here. You can see it. That's 23 orbs. I have 23 orbs on me currently, and I don't want Micaiah. Not now. Not right now. I don't want Micaiah until August, frankly, because August is a month that I won't care about the banners as much, probably, unless it's like a really cool seasonal type deal. I mostly just want my Marth, and I want a dip. That's pretty much my Choose Your Legends this year. Next year's probably a different story, but this year, there's nobody I'm super attached to. So I'm fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, these are all, I think, very likely candidates. I think they're all very safe candidates. I think the legendary picks are much more boring than the mythic picks. Give me Sown. Faye, do it. Stop being a coward. Give me the armored, colorless beast unit that I want as a mythic hero. Stop giving me Nidavellir peoples, okay? Even though we know that the next mythic is probably going to be not. But that's fine. I will take my shattered heart and go elsewhere. It's fine. I'm not upset, you're upset. Anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Live stream? Friday? Friday. Could have something special on Friday. But in the meantime, let me know what you think about the Legendary banner this time. Am I close? Am I wrong? Am I right? I made ramen tonight, by the way. Like, from scratch. It was so good. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just a fun fact that I wanted to throw at you. Alright? That's it. We're friends, I guess. You know, we share about our lives, and so I figured I would throw that in there. Anyway, off the point. That is it for me right now. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. We are so close. We're like not quite 1,500 away from 10K, of which I don't know what I'm going to do again, because I've done all the things that I said I was saving for 10K already. See how much I spoil you? Why haven't you subscribed yet? Shame on you. That is it. Thank you all so much for your support. I appreciate it. It means a lot. Helps me out. Helps the channel out. Helps everybody out. Alright? It's a universal truth. But that is all I have for you right now. So thank you again. And until then, I will catch you next time.